One single frame from the Cobra Kai Season 7 trailer might have just given away the biggest twist of the entire series, and most fans completely missed it. A shadowy figure in the background of a dojo fight flashes across the screen for less than a second, but the stance, the way they hold themselves, it's too familiar to ignore. Could it be the return of a long-forgotten enemy, or the shocking arrival of a new master ready to challenge everything we thought we knew? This is not just another season. The trailer hints that we're heading toward a final showdown that will rewrite Cobra Kai history. The trailer opens with intense training shots, but what's more important is the location. We're not in the valley anymore. You can tell by the polished wooden floors, the ornate banners, and the almost ceremonial feel of the room. This hints that at least part of the story will unfold in a completely new dojo, possibly one with roots going back to the original Karate Kid lore. A quick shot shows Miguel practicing in front of a massive red and black symbol that doesn't match any known Cobra Kai or Miyagi-Do emblem, suggesting the rise of a brand new faction. Johnny's scenes are raw and tense. He's training like a man preparing for his last fight. His face shows strain, his movements are sharper, almost desperate, as if he knows this battle could be the end of the line for him. Then there's Daniel. We see him walking through a crowd of spectators at what looks like a high-stakes international tournament. The camera lingers on him just long enough to catch a moment of hesitation, a rare crack in his calm exterior. Could this mean he's facing an opponent from his past, someone who knows his weaknesses? The sound design adds to the tension. You hear faint echoes of crowd cheers blending with the whisper of a kata being performed, as if two worlds, the glory of the sport and the danger of the fight, are colliding. And in the midst of this, a close-up of Chosen's eyes, intense and unblinking, suggests that he's about to play a much bigger role than before. The fight sequences are faster and sharper than in any previous season's trailer. One in particular stands out, Hawk facing off against a masked fighter in a dimly lit room. The choreography here isn't just about power. It's about testing limits. The masked fighter's style is a blend of multiple disciplines, not just karate, which could mean we're seeing the influence of a world-class competitor or even a rogue sensei. In the background, just for a split second, you can see a glass case holding an old championship trophy, the nameplate scratched off. This tiny detail feels like a direct challenge to the new generation, as if someone is saying, "Your victories mean nothing here." The pacing of the trailer builds toward an all-or-nothing showdown. Multiple quick cuts flash familiar faces, Tori, Samantha, Demetri, each looking more determined than ever. But it's the final shot that changes everything, a slow zoom on a dojo door sliding open, revealing only the silhouette of a man with a tall, confident posture. No words, just the sound of a deep, controlled breath before the screen cuts to black. That's the kind of moment that sends the fandom into overdrive, because in Cobra Kai, shadows always mean trouble. And this time, it feels like the trouble is bigger than anything Johnny, Daniel, or even their combined dojos have ever faced. Asterisk in the middle of the Cobra Kai Season 7 trailer. There's a sequence that looks simple at first glance. A training montage, fighters sparring, intense music, but when you slow it down and look closely, the truth is far more layered. One of the first subtle clues hides in a shot of Miguel and Hawk practicing together. At first, it seems like a friendly spar, but their stances are different from what we've seen before. Miguel is moving lower, grounding himself like he's preparing for a new style of combat, while Hawk's blocks are sharper, almost like he's trying to counter techniques that aren't traditionally from karate. This suggests that both of them might be training for an opponent who doesn't fight by the same rules they've been used to. Then there's Tori. We catch a glimpse of her in what looks like a locker room, staring into a cracked mirror. She's holding her black belt in one hand, her knuckles bruised and her breathing heavy. But it's the poster behind her that really stands out, a tournament flyer with the words Global Cup, partially torn away. This tiny background detail hints that the season might introduce an international martial arts competition, one that could bring fighters from all over the world into the Cobra Kai universe. And if that's true, It raises the stakes far beyond the valley. The battles could now have worldwide consequences for reputations, alliances, and legacies. Daniel's scenes in this section of the trailer are especially telling. At one point, he's seen walking alongside Chosen in a narrow hallway lined with old photographs. These aren't just random decorations, they appear to be images of legendary martial artists, some of whom fans might recognize from the original Karate Kid films. One photo in particular shows a young man bowing to a master whose face is partially obscured. The lighting and positioning of this frame suggest it's more than a set piece. It could be foreshadowing the return of a hidden figure from Daniel's past, perhaps even someone connected to Mr. Miyagi's history. Johnny's moment in this section is brief but powerful. He's shown taping his wrists before a match, but he stops, looks up, and smirks. The smirk isn't his usual cocky confidence, it's something deeper, almost like he knows something the others don't. This might be a hint that Johnny has a secret plan, or maybe a secret ally that could tip the balance when the real fight begins. Behind him, there's a faded banner with the phrase, "Strength in Silence," which feels like a direct callback to Mr. Miyagi's philosophy, a strange thing to see in Johnny's space, unless it's there to show how far his mindset has shifted. Another hidden gem in this section comes from the blink and you miss it shot of multiple senseis gathered around a table. They're studying what looks like a large tournament bracket, but the camera doesn't stay on it long enough to read the names. However, if you freeze the frame, you can make out part of a competitor's name that starts with Sil. Fans immediately think of Terry Silver, but could it be a relative, a student, or even a decoy meant to throw everyone off? The show loves misdirection, and this could be one of those moments where the truth is hidden in plain sight. Finally, the section closes with a chilling image, a dimly lit alley, rain pouring down, and a lone fighter standing under a flickering streetlight. The silhouette appears to be holding a weapon, not a katana, but something shorter, almost like a pair of seis, a weapon choice that hasn't been a major focus in the series so far. This detail could be a direct nod to Okinawan martial arts traditions, tying back to Chosen's heritage. The scene cuts away before the figure's face is revealed, leaving fans with more questions than answers. But one thing is clear, these hidden clues aren't just for decoration. They're planting seeds for a season where every glance, every object, and every background detail could point to who wins, who loses, and who walks away for good. The deeper you look into the Cobra Kai Season 7 trailer, the more you realize it's practically built like a puzzle, every frame layered with Easter eggs meant for the fans who know this universe inside and out. One of the most striking moments comes during a brief flash of a tournament stage. At first, it looks like just another shot of fighters entering the mat, but the flooring pattern is different. Instead of the usual plain design, there's a dragon motif woven into the center. This is not a random design choice. In martial arts symbolism, the dragon often represents mastery, balance, and an ultimate test of strength, which could be hinting that this tournament isn't just about winning a trophy, it might be about proving who is truly the greatest fighter in the Cobra Kai world. Right after this, there's a scene that seems almost too quiet to notice. Sam is seen tying her hair back in slow motion, her expression calm but her eyes locked forward with laser focus. Behind her, on a locker door, hangs a photograph of her and Miguel from a much earlier season. The photo is slightly ripped, almost like it's been handled roughly. It's an easy detail to miss, but it could be a visual metaphor for the strain in their relationship this season, maybe a hint that personal conflicts will spill into the tournament and affect their performance. Cobra Kai has always blurred the line between emotional drama and martial arts action, and this little clue feels like it's setting up a season where winning the fight might also mean repairing broken bonds. Another Easter egg that practically begs to be noticed happens during Chosen's fight training. For a split second, you see him practicing in front of a wooden weapons rack. Most of the weapons are familiar, BO staffs, nunchaku, but tucked into the corner is a weapon fans of Karate Kid Part 2 will instantly recognize, the sai. This isn't just a nostalgic callback. The fact that it's placed in the frame, but not directly used, could mean the weapon will appear later in a critical fight, possibly in a showdown where tradition and modern fighting styles collide. but perhaps the most tantalizing hidden clue is buried in the audio rather than the visuals. During a sequence where Johnny and Daniel are walking side by side, there's background chatter from what sounds like an announcer calling match results. If you listen closely, you can just make out a name that sounds like Kim Sun-young, a legendary figure in Cobra Kai lore and the supposed founder of Tong Soo-do in this universe. This would be a massive reveal if true, as Kim Sun-young has been hinted at before but never actually appeared on screen. It's the kind of breadcrumb that could mean the season is finally tying the modern storyline back to the deepest roots of Cobra Kai's fighting philosophy. The trailer also plays with shadows and lighting in ways that feel intentional. In one shot, Hawk is walking down a hallway, the lights flickering overhead. As the camera follows him, his shadow on the wall subtly changes shape. For a moment, it doesn't look like his mohawk at all, but like the silhouette of a man with long hair tied back in a ponytail. Fans are already speculating this could be a sneaky nod to Terry Silver's looming influence, even if he's not physically present in that scene. It's small details like this that make the trailer feel alive, rewarding viewers who watch it frame by frame. And then there's the final visual clue of this section, one that's almost too easy to miss if you're not paying attention. During a rapid montage of kicks, blocks, and takedowns, there's a half-second glimpse of a belt ceremony. The master tying the belt has a ring on his hand, a heavy, silver ring engraved with a snake coiling around a lotus flower. That's not a design scene in any previous season, and the lotus is often a symbol of rebirth. Could this be a quiet hint that someone is returning, reborn in a new role or philosophy, ready to shake up the balance of the Cobra Kai world? It's exactly the kind of understated foreshadowing this show loves to sneak past casual viewers. If these clues are anything to go by, Season 7 isn't just building toward a fight, it's building toward a statement, one that will test every fighter's identity, loyalty, and legacy. And the more you dig into these tiny details, the more it feels like the biggest surprises are hiding right in front of us, waiting for that final reveal. The Cobra Kai Season 7 trailer might be packed with clues, but the biggest jolt for fans comes when you step away from the frame-by-frame analysis and look at the real-world news surrounding this season. First and foremost, the release date. After months of speculation, shifting rumors, and even whispers about delays, it's now locked in. Netflix has confirmed that Season 7 will drop in the summer of 2026, marking the longest gap between Cobra Kai seasons since the series began. This extra time wasn't just about production schedules. According to behind-the-scenes chatter, the writers and stunt coordinators wanted to raise the bar so high that every fight scene, emotional moment, and callback would feel like it could be the last, even if the franchise has more to come. One reason for the extended timeline is the scale of the production. While previous seasons were mostly filmed in Los Angeles and Atlanta, Season 7 has been globe-hopping. Cast members were spotted shooting in Okinawa, South Korea, and even a massive arena in Mexico City, rumored to be the set for the Global Cup tournament hinted at in the trailer. Each location has its own set of challenges, from fight choreography and unfamiliar environments to cultural martial arts elements that require careful authenticity. Insiders say that these international scenes won't just be filler. They're going to connect the Valley's battles to the larger martial arts world in ways fans have been waiting for since Season 3, but the big news isn't just about locations, it's about faces. The returning cast lineup is stacked with William Zabka, Johnny, Ralph Macchio, Zolo Mariduena, Miguel, Mary Mouser, Sam, Tanner Buchanan, Robbie, Jacob Bertrand, Hawk, Peyton List, Tori, and Yuji Okamoto, chosen, all confirmed. What's sending the fandom into overdrive is the strong hint at surprise returns. Speculation is swirling that Thomas Ian Griffith might reprise his role as Terry Silver, despite his character's downfall in Season 5, and there are even rumors that Hilary Swank, who played Julie Pierce in the next Karate Kid, could make her long-awaited debut in the Cobra Kai universe, something fans have been asking for since the first season hit Netflix. On top of that, the showrunners have been teasing that Season 7 might not be the end in the traditional sense. In interviews, they've dropped cryptic hints about the next chapter and stories beyond the valley, which has fans theorizing about possible spin-offs, prequels, or even a full-length Cobra Kai movie. There's also a strong possibility that certain character arcs will be left open-ended, not because of poor planning, but because those arcs could become the foundation for future projects. Another, behind-the-scenes bombshell is the approach to fight choreography. For the first time, Cobra Kai has brought in multiple world-class martial artists from different disciplines to train the cast, blending styles like Muay Thai, Taekwondo, Wing Chun, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu into the mix. This means Season 7's fights won't just look different, they'll feel different, with unexpected strategies and techniques that could give certain fighters surprising advantages. Fans might finally see the kind of martial arts matchups that go beyond karate versus karate, adding a layer of unpredictability to every fight, perhaps. The most intriguing production note is the use of double-ending scenes, a tactic where certain moments were filmed in two completely different ways to prevent leaks. According to one insider, even the cast doesn't know which version will make the final cut for the season finale. That means any theories based on leaked set photos or overheard lines might be completely wrong by design. The creators seem determined to make sure the last episode of Season 7 delivers a jaw-dropping twist that no one, not even the most obsessive fans, will see coming. All of this, the locked-in release date, the globe-spanning sets, the potential returns of beloved and feared characters, the mix of new fighting styles, and the secrecy around the finale points to a season that could redefine what Cobra Kai means for its audience. It's not just another year in the valley. It's a step into a bigger, more dangerous world where every alliance, every rivalry, and every hidden clue from the trailer could be the key to who walks away victorious and who gets left behind.